Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video we're gonna have a little heart to heart. I'm just sitting here in deep thought, and I know, like, I've been there and done that. Let me just say that first and foremost. And even I've had the question, like, what is the meaning of all of this? What was it all for? Like, why me? Why now? Why like this? um Narcissistic abuse is, it's a tough experience. And anyone, obviously, that gets through that, I hope that you're able to see your strength, okay? See your strength. But, in this video, I want to talk about what your job is, because we're not going through this life for nothing. God is not waking you up each day for nothing. He didn't put you through that experience for nothing. Obviously it was something that you needed to take from that experience that was going to, first and foremost, enrich your life, and then eventually enrich the lives of the people around you. Because when you're a better you, you're a better person for the world as well. Somebody's car, it was like not even a motorcycle that came by, but the engine got so deep you wouldn't think that a vehicle that small would like have all that. So it was like, whoa. But yeah, it wasn't all in vain. You may feel that way at the end of the day due to your lack of emotional maturity and needing to be able to take a few steps back and see the bigger picture. All right, so what is your job? What is your job as a survivor? What's your job? Well, first and foremost, and it looks like you've done that part, your job is just to survive it, number one. Make it through. Make it through. And I know, like, some people haven't. And there is a such thing as suicide. There is a such thing as a person just mentally checking out of the 3 dimension, just giving up. So, these things happen. But the first thing that I'm sure that our Creator wants from us is to, number one, survive it. All right, just survive it, get through it, live to see another day. All right, the next thing that He wants from us is to take the wisdom. Really sit down, take a moment to recollect. And, this is why I named this channel Reflection and Progression. I really do feel like we can reflect upon things, take what we need to take out of that experience to utilize and progressing. Okay, did I say sit and wallow, soak? Did I say carry it around for, your whole life? No. Take what you need to take and keep it moving. So there's so much wisdom, obviously, that we can take out of narcissistic abuse. Way too much for me to ever mention in a video like this. But I have chosen a few things that I certainly want to mention. Okay. Are these the only thing? Like I said, no. But these are, a couple of these may be obvious, and then one of them is going to have you thinking a little bit. I'll save that one for last. All right. So, obviously everything is not always what it appears. There's a such thing as fool's gold. Everything that glitters ain't gold. These sayings didn't come from nowhere. And this world has been spinning for quite some time. So yes, everything is not always what it appears. And we know this by that cycle of abuse. That love bomb is certainly not appear like the devalue and a discard. Same person, different projections, different behaviors. Okay? So everything is not what it appears. Another really big one, the second one that I want to mention here, is guard your heart. Things do flow from it. The decisions that you're making is flowing from your heart, whether you're conscious of it or not. Okay? So yeah, that's another lesson, learning how to guard our hearts. All right. And, back on the first thing, as far as everything is not what it appears, stemming from that, there are broken people in the world. That's something that we got to know as well by now. And not only know, but have full acceptance of it. And that includes you and I. Nobody's perfect. We have our flaws, disabilities, our shadow sides. Okay? Because some of us have put people on a pedestal where they could do no wrong. And, we're taking away the aspect or, the point that they are human. Okay? So yes, everything ain't what it always appears. And we're going to guard our hearts. Now this last thing that I'm going to mention as far as the wisdom part, or, the second thing that we're supposed to be doing as a survivor, as far as accumulating our wisdom, seeking it and accumulating it. Be mindful of your laughs and your cries. Be mindful of your laughs and your cries. Okay? And now this is going to resonate with people who have lived long enough to find something out. Sometimes the very things that we cry over, we'll be smiling later. Things that we see as a misfortune, that we are kicking and screaming in our resistance, like, why do I have to go through this? And it hurts. And later on, it's like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you for that. And then sometimes the things that bring us the most smiles and laughs early on end up being the thing that makes us cry later on. So be mindful of the smiles and laughs, especially initially. And I could think of this on so many levels. If we stick to narcissistic abuse, of course, that narcissist made you laugh a lot early on. And what did they do at the end? Those laughs turned into cries. And then when you had to step into acceptance about that relationship being over, what did you do? You cried. You got upset, chances are. But what happened after you found your healing? How much gratitude, how thankful were you to be removed from that situation? Okay. Or how about a woman, maybe she got pregnant by the narcissist and she cried, oh Lord, I didn't want the narcissist to be the father of my child, and that was a devastation to her, an unplanned pregnancy. And then that baby is born and it is a ball of joy, and it gives her twice the love, and it ends up being her pride and joy. So it's like, it starts out, why am I having this child? I didn't ask for this child. And by that person can't even be a husband to me. And then the child gives her so much back in return. And now she's smiling. So, a lot of times we make knee-jerk decisions on what we should be smiling, laughing, or crying about. And we're doing it from our limited sight. There's only one entity that knows the end to the beginning and the beginning into the end. And, our eyes haven't seen and we don't know. So a part of that wisdom is to be mindful about your smiles and your cries. And sometimes they end up flopping in a way that we didn't think it would. All right? Because we're so quick to make a judgment, oftentimes prematurely. All right, so yeah, the second part of being a survivor, you guys, is to take your wisdom with you. All right, so can you guess what that third part is? The third part is to be a light. Not only are you going to survive this situation, not only are you going to take your wisdom, seek it and acquire it, but you're going to be a light now. Let it make you lighter. Let it ground you that much more. Let it refine you that much more. I feel so much more beautiful with all my battle scars, with surviving narcissistic abuse and any other traumas and heartaches that I have faced in my life. I wouldn't give none of the battle scars back because it made me the person that I am today. Some of my biggest lessons have come from my most devastating moments, and to give those moments back, I would have to give the lessons back too. So, we have to keep our perspective. I've earned my wisdom, honey. You earned your wisdom too. And, speaking of battle scars, don't hold your head down. Don't put yourself down because of it. This is equivalent to a mother having a baby. Maybe she didn't use the cocoa butter during her pregnancy and her belly stretched out. And we know what happens when that skin stretch out like that. We get the stretch marks, And now she has a beautiful baby and she got her battle scars from her body enduring carrying a life and bringing a life into the world. And she looked down on herself every time she looked at her stomach. Oh, it's ugly. Those are your battle scars. Those are your battle scars. It's not ugly. You might have the C-section line, and you're thinking it's ugly. So learn how to embrace yourself and love yourself just from where you are. We all have a lot of ignorance still left in us, no matter how elevated we are. Scientists say how much of our brains that we actually use. And am I saying this to say that we don't know absolutely nothing? But a lot of times we don't know as much as we think. Okay? And a wise man knows how much he doesn't know. Okay? A wise man knows that. So, I don't know. I was just in my deep thought, you guys. And I wanted to make this video and say these things to you guys. Just talk soul to soul right now. I hope that my channel is helping. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the content. Don't keep it to yourself. Because, I had to learn a lot the hard way. A lot. And the purpose of this channel is to try to intercept and help as many people as I can not have to learn the hard way. Or if you feel like you're going through a battle or a storm in your life, you're getting some solid counsel, some information, some wisdom that can help you on your journey. because we are all on a journey. Each one of us have our own individual journey just for us. And, sometimes, and it ain't even sometimes, all the time, God, He gives His hardest battles to His strongest soldiers. And, it could feel like a gift and a curse. It really can. It's like, Lord, whew, if you knew being that strong would cost you so much. But, responsibility comes with that. Responsibility comes with that. He's giving you that because He can bear it. And it's your job to survive it. Live to see another day. Acquire and take your wisdom. And be a light in this world. All right. So I'm going to stop our talk there. And, of course, I extend this in pretty much all the videos. If you're struggling in your life and you feel lost, don't know yourself anymore when you look in the mirror, you're trying to understand this dark energy you've experienced, trying to get to the root of yourself, okay? And the dark energy within you, even. I do offer coaching. You can visit my website, LaKiaCrawford.com. Pick a session or a bundle package that works for you. I do voice calls. I do FaceTime, email coaching, okay? I have a Patreon. That's great for those of you who've been financially abused and that want to get one-on-one personal coaching with me, but maybe your finances are not quite where you want them to be this second. Okay? There are 3 different membership tiers, and you can go check that out and see if one of those work for you. You can find that out on my website, and the link is below as well. 2 free support groups as well. They're specifically for survivors of narcissistic abuse or toxic relationship. You'll find commonality there. One of the groups is public, one of the groups is private, okay? You're welcome to join both, either or neither. Just a resource for those who are interested. I've written 4 books, you guys. These are great ways to fill the voids. Additional pearls of wisdom. They're excellent. They're excellent books, you guys. If you love the channel, you're going to love the books. All right. They're available on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles, e-copies and hard copies. You can get signed copies off of my website, LaKiaCrawford.com. Let those books bless you. All right. With that being said, great ways to support the channel is to always hit the like button. Make comments. Don't be a wallflower around here. Let me know what you think of the content. And you never know. A lot of times, if it's a certain kind of comment or question, I will make a whole video out of it for you. So, hey, you never know. With that being said, you guys, I want to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for all your love and support. Never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. Because as long as you're waking up every day, there is more work to be done. There is a purpose over your life. All right? And until next time, please take care.